Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. We're working on this 2013 Bolens again. Just had to confirm, yes, it is a 2013. Got this in a package deal, $110 for 4 pushers and a rider and some parts. So we had put a carb on this, an aftermarket carb. And I mentioned in the initial video that I had bought 3 of those replacement carbs, and I did a video. I should have watched my own video, because in the video I opened up the main jet to 0.6 millimeter. And so Matt Caldwell gave me an idea on this. It was possibly a vacuum leak. Shout out to Matt Caldwell for getting me back into this thing. What I ended up doing is taking off this bracket for the carburetor. And I went ahead and stole the round gasket that goes there. When you buy a kit, you get the carburetor and a couple of gaskets. Well, I stole the round one out of the kit and put it on here. When I took the gasket off, it kind of ballooned out of shape. So maybe this could have been an issue with the vacuum leak, as Matt suggested. Also, opening up the jet, I think, will help the main jet. So let's put this thing back together and see if we corrected the surging. I had went ahead and increased the RPMs a little bit to compensate for the surging, so we might have to adjust it towards the rear of the engine. You can see the adjustment here. I kind of tweaked it forward to even it out, so let's get busy, put the carburetor back on. So this is the carburetor that came off of it. I opened it up. The brass jet here. Let's put this thing back together. I had just done a 30-minute video on this in the silver deck, and it didn't seem to want to download. So that'll be a bummer if I lose that 30 minutes of commentary. I don't like talking twice. So I think it's going to run a whole lot better. I usually don't mess with those O-rings there at the intake. But that could be a source of a vacuum leak. Hand tighten these. 7 millimeters. Wide washer. Oh, I kind of dumped the gas out to see if that was an issue, and this came out of the tank. I guess I'm not doing a good job initially cleaning the tanks. I'm going to have to be more careful. A whole lot more snot come out of the tank. So the O-ring here that goes on the intake tube, that goes down, and then the black cap on top of it to keep it in place. So that's there. Everything looks like it should go here. Time for the backing plate. So I had stolen this off another junk machine because it didn't come with the carb or the backing plate or the cover. How you guys doing with your resolutions? Did you come up with any? What do you got on the agenda? One of my older brothers wants me to sell 200 units in 2023. It's doable, but I'd need a third arm. I got a resolution for you kids and cadets. Tip your waitress and wait staff. Okay, let's add some petroleum products to this Bolens, see what happens. I think we're going to have a lot better luck. Thanks, Matt, for making me dig deeper. Primed it a few times, heard the squishy, 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 squishy. So I know we pushed some fuel. Let's tug on this 2013. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, not the right way to start off the year. think that did the trick. Now we're at 100%. Anywho, appreciate you coming out. Just in case I can't retrieve that 30-minute video, most of it concerned this 2012 silver deck. This was part of the deal, and this 2012 TB as well. This is the double turd. This thing's been hacked and slashed. So I spent most of the day rectifying this thing. Rebuilt the carb, new pull cord, safety brake cable was rusted shut, no spring down here on the safety linkage. Only one handlebar nut and bolt assembly was on. The other one was missing, and no bail bar. I stole that off another unit. So from head to toe, this thing required a lot of love. The original carburetor, that carburetor and tank, I used the carburetor over again, rebuilt it, but the tank was all rusty in the bottom. I used another tank that I had red coated and was ready to go, non-leaking. So the tank that came off of this, I got it sitting in apple cider vinegar right now to get rid of the internal rust, and then I'll seal it. So hopefully I can retrieve that 30-minute video. I went step by step through this thing. Showed you all the old parts, new part numbers, etc., etc. For the fun of it, I still got my notes here. The throttle cable governor spring I had to replace. The primer bulb, I put a new one on. And the gasket set for the diaphragm and the carb. Anywho, appreciate you coming out. So this was a double header, this 2020.